Comic community, what is up? This is Batcave Comics, back for another video. Yeah, I've been pumping out a few videos this week. I'm on vacation. Why not? Yesterday I went to a little town about an hour away. Bunch of antique shops up and down the strip, and I shared my pickups with you guys yesterday in my video. Well, today I just went to a town right next door to me that has like an antique mall kind of slash flea market, real small, but I did manage to run into a comic booth where they probably had 25, 30 boxes of comics. So I started digging, and I found some decent stuff. Nothing that's going to blow your mind, but some really decent stuff at really decent prices. So before I even get started with the haul, I do want to say thanks for tuning in, checking my new video out. But I want to share with you guys, my daughter made me a sign for when I make my videos, and I figured you guys would enjoy this. And she handed me this yesterday and said, "Here, Dad, anytime you're making a video, you can hang this on the door and make your videos in peace." So I will definitely proudly display this on my door as I'm making my videos. I thought it was funny and kind of, ingenious of her. And that's why kids are so great. Hope you guys enjoyed that. So anyway, let me get that out the way and get on with this haul. First, I'm going to show Batman and Robin Adventures #2. Picked this up for $1.25. This series was kind of hot for a little bit. Now it's kind of cooled off, so, but still, you never know. I picked them up anyway. They were cheap. I also picked up #3 for $1. Number 15 for $1.25, and number 22 for $1.50. So for $5, I guess that's a pretty decent deal. And then for $1, I also found another West Coast Avengers #1, very high grade, maybe one little spine tick on it. I think this is the 4th copy I have. Anytime I find these, I'm grabbing them. I also found Alpha Flight #34, really nice condition, newsstand copy for $2. And there's, a little controversy with this book as far as Lady Deathstrike's first full appearance or her second appearance. Who knows? Still worth picking up for $2. Now the next one I'm going to show, I think you guys are going to really enjoy. If you look to the book to the right, Avengers 57, first appearance of Vision, which I've had for a while. But then I found this for $1.25. Marvel Super Action, starring the Avengers, number 18, the reprint of Avengers 57. And I think I have a copy of this already. But I love running into books like this because you forget you have them. And a lot of times you forget they're even out there. So if you don't have this book, or you can't afford it, or you're waiting until later to pick it up, why not pick this one up real cheap? And then when you get this, of course, that becomes your reader copy. So fantastic book. I love picking them old reprints up, and I'll do it every time, especially if I can grab them for $1. Then I also found Batman 475, the first appearance of Rini Montoya, I think. Montoya. Newsstand copy for $2. And then I also found 3 copies of that. And those were both $1 a piece and really high grade. Then I found an X Factor #71 second print newsstand. I was like, this book's kind of cool. It's a newsstand. Let me pick it up. So I looked on eBay a little bit, did a quick research, Every second print listed on eBay was a newsstand. So I don't even know if they have a direct edition of this. And if they do, maybe that's the more rare, hard to find book. Sometimes you got to take a shot. And for $1, why not? And then I also found Alpha Flight 51. This is my third copy, but my first newsstand copy, which is in fantastic condition. And that was also $1, so I wasn't going to leave it behind. And then once again, to kind of piggyback on a little series I've been doing, is I found just a great condition copy of Richard Dragon Kung Fu Fighter #1 for $5. This is my second copy. I think it might have one little spine tick on it, but definitely a 9.6 candidate. Also found Cobra #1 for $5. Now this one's a little bit more beat up than I kind of like, and I was going to leave it behind, but I don't really see this book too often, and for $5 I said, nah, why not? I'll grab it. Alright, moving on. I did find, however, just a incredibly conditioned copy of Battlestar Galactica #1 for $3. And this is probably, I would say, a solid 9.8 candidate. Definitely no lower than a 9.6. That's for sure. So I was happy to find that. I also found Green Lantern #1, New 52. This is, as you can tell, the lighting makes the little print error pop. So you can call this whatever you want, error, misprint, recall. But I found one of those for $1. I also found the misprint copy of Demon #2. As you can see at the top, it says 4 of 4, and it should say 2 of 4. But this is my second copy of this. And this one's in super high grade also, so I wasn't going to leave it behind for a couple bucks. Now these next two I'm going to show, I definitely have to give credit to Read81, Read Comics 81. He kind of opened my eyes to this, but then I saw yesterday Bad Avengers video, so I have to give him huge credit. And if you haven't seen it, run over there and go see it, but this is what I'm talking about. Catwoman 13 with the DC Universe logo. These books are super hard to find. This one's not in high grade. It's kind of a mid to lower grade. But still, for $1, I wasn't going to leave it behind. And then with that, I also found Batman 694 in really high grade. Same thing for $1. And I only went through maybe 7 boxes. So I still have a solid 15 to 20 boxes to go through. So most likely I'll be back tomorrow, and I'm sure I'm going to find more of these. Now moving on, what I was super happy to find was Preacher #5 for $1.25, which, you know, this series is heating up. The second TV series is on now. I believe it's the second. But every one of these books I've picked up are in super high grade and really cheap. I found #8, which is the first appearance of Jodie, TC, and Grandma, which was just introduced in the show. So I expect this book to be heating up, and he had probably 2 or 3 more copies of this. I'll be back tomorrow to get those, especially for $1, $2. Also picked up Preacher #9. Once again, a couple bucks. The first cover appearance of Jodie, TC, and Grandma. Really cool cover. Kind of wicked and sick. But I love it. And if you guys aren't watching The Preacher, definitely a show you should start watching. I also found Preacher number 12, which is the death of Jody, TC, and Grandma. Plus, that is just a super sharp cover. This book here also came polybagged, and it still is in the bag. So I was happy to find that. And then I found number 17 for a couple bucks. I thought this was a pretty cool cover. I don't know if there's anything significant with this one. Cool picture of Cassidy on the cover. One of my favorite characters of the show. So I had to pick it up. Moving on, I also found number 21, which is the first appearance of All-Father and the Messiah. Once again for a couple bucks, and he had 3 or 4 of these, so I'm definitely going to go back to snag them, that's for sure. Number 42, which this is the first appearance of Auden Quincannon. I believe that's how you pronounce the last name. Another character that hasn't been introduced yet, so I'll definitely be going back to snatch the other ones. I think he had 2 or 3 more of these. Now for the last one I'm going to show is Preacher number 46, which this possibly could be the first appearance of the Ku Klux Clintons. If it is, it's another book. If they do well in the show, could heat up big. I'm definitely going to go back because there was 2 or 3 more copies of this. He actually had a pretty large selection. Obviously, number 1 had been cherry-picked already. And number 13, the first appearance of Star. But number 2 was also there. And another probably 30 issues. Pretty close to that. And I'll definitely be cherry-picking that and grabbing whatever I can. So, once again, guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Putting up with another video. It's ran 12 minutes and 30 seconds, so I don't want to stretch it out too far. Definitely going to be on the hunt this week and making more videos, so please stop back by. Thanks again for subbing me up. If you're not subbed, hit that sub, and I'll see you next time. Batcave Comics, out.